I think top right we decided, didn't we, last time? Up there. Looks good. Looks good. Okie dokie. Makes me sad that El's new graphics card fund hasn't moved in ages. Well, you can fix that. You can help. Let's get things going, shall we? Hello everybody, I'm El Bristow. This is Ellitopia Gaming. Welcome back to Ellitopia Live. And today we are back with Kerbal Space Program Live, as voted by you, the viewers, because it is Simulator Week. And it was between Kerbal Space Program and Euro Truck Simulator 2. Kerbal Space Program just pipped it at the end with the one extra vote needed. So we are in Kerbal Space Program. So welcome to everybody. I have, first things first, let's go into the astronaut complex, because we have added in our Patreon supporters by default. They have all been added straight into the game. So we have Dallas, Mus, Jakob and William, being William Ullum. They have all been added in. I kind of randomly picked what everyone was. I cycled through what roles they were playing and things like that. So we've got 2 extra pilots. We've got an engineer. We've got a scientist. Pilots are probably what we're going to use the most of, if you know what I mean. We haven't lost any Kerbals yet, which is good. We haven't had any major accidents. Well, let's see if we can change that. We were doing not too bad, actually. So we have some money, we have some science. I don't think we can spend any science because we're at the point where everything costs us 90. Yeah, we are. So, have we got any contracts on at the moment? Test TR2C stack separator in a suborbital trajectory between an altitude of 200 and 210,000. Right, we can do that. That's not a problem. Mission control. So, let's pick a mission. Let's go for explore the moon. We've got to orbit. Oh, there is a donation. Thank you very much, Jakob.
Pounds for you, and I want to be the first one to fly.
You want to be the first one to fly? Okie dokie, I can arrange that. We will we'll certainly sort that out for you. Okay, so we're going to go for explore the moon. Unless there's anything else we can do in the meantime. Ferry 3 tourists. Is that suborbital or is that suborbital? So we could do a suborbital flight and earn some moolah. But exploring the moon is going to earn us a lot more moolah and a lot more science. We get 44,800 in advance. I think we can. Yeah, I think we can do it with the tech that we've got. I think we can manage it. Trip to the moon. We'll have a look. We'll try and put something together. We're going to take that mission. There we go. Because the only other thing we've got is just a test one. We can do that on the way. Now, I just want to have a check actually, because this doesn't appear to have updated. So let me see if it will update by doing this. No. Okay. So I may have to work out why and update that one manually, the donation target. But there you go. So let's exit out of here. Let's go into the vehicle assembly building. So we are going to need, first things first, is we're going to need a moon lander that can come back. So let's go for, we need a parachute on there. We only need one person to come. Yeah, we're only going to take one person. Let's go for the coupling and we'll go for that stack separator. This will need, what will it need? How do we want to do this? One of those with a Terrier engine can be the return vessel, and then we'll have 4 of these. Pretty sure we don't need 4, but there is no such thing as too much thrust. We'll go with that. And terriers on the bottom with nose cones on the top. There we go. It needs legs, it needs fuel, and it needs engine. Correct. On the ground, so we need some legs. Let's go with the landing struts. There we go, and then start retracted. Good. You should get the RCS. To be honest, it's quite hard not to fall down on the moon without RCS. The gravity is nasty. We've done it before. We've done it before. So let's go from here. We need to go for another coupling on there. So then this will be... Oh, well, I suppose it's probably a good idea for us to actually take some science stuff with us. So let's go like this. No, actually, let's not go like this. Let's go like this. And we will take a service bay and stick our sciencey stuff in the service bay. So let's open that. I'm getting confused with all the controls. It's been so long since I've played this, like, consistently. Why is it every time I watch a YouTuber I want to play the game I'm watching? Easily influenced. Do you have fuel ducts for asparagus? Yes, we have fuel ducts for asparagus. Not on this stage we won't use that, but we do have the fuel ducts for asparagus. So let's go for a thermometer. Nope. There we go. Rotate it that way around. Thermometer can go in there. We'll have a mystery U in there as well. We'll have a barometer in there. Now, we want some batteries in there. Do we take a science junior with us? Do we take a scientist with us? Now there's a thought. Do we take a scientist with us? Let's get that out. Let's put Jakob in there. Oh, Jakob is a scientist. Jakob wanted to fly in the first flight. So, let's see if there's some way that we can include Jakob in this. So, let's go... Let's attach that on. That's rather large and bulky, isn't it? Let's not do it there. Let's go for that on there. Oh, there's another donation from Jakob. £2. I want to fly with a good pilot to the moon. To the moon. So let's get a pilot in here. Where's the one where we can take a passenger? Hold on. Why? There it is. Right. So that would be for 2 passengers. So we could take 3 people with us. But that makes us a lot heavier. I mean, we've got enough thrust here for the heaviness. Means we can take a scientist to reset that. Just get another command pod. Yeah, it looks a bit funky when you do that, but we can do that. We'll take the... Shall we take the monoprop out? No, we'll leave the monoprop in because we can use that. Okay, so let's close that. Oh, batteries. No, let's reopen that. Power. Science equals fun.
Fun. Power does not equal L. Power equals fun.
Fair enough. Thank you very much, Jakob. Right, let's have 2 batteries in here. There we go. Close that. Lol, I'm done. Okay. Let's put some solar panels on here as well. Let's go for 2 solar panels. And another 2 up here. Okay, so that's our lander, I think. So now we need a launch craft. So, fuel tanks, big long ones, or shall we go for? Where is the size adjuster? Is that the wrong size one though? No, that's the right size one. So we'll go for one of those because we can go for big uns. There we go. 1 big un. 2 big uns. Oh, we don't have a big un engine. Okay. Right, so that plan didn't quite go how I expected. We haven't got a big engine. We could... what could we do? No. Okay, so we'll scrap that idea. Go to the small engines. 1, 2 of those, and then we'll go for a Reliant. That'll be the transfer stage, and then we'll go for coupling, and then grab that again, put that on the bottom. Oops. Take that off. What I'll do actually, I'll make that just 1, but then we will attach the others up here. So we'll have 4. Is that central? I think so. And then fuel tanks. 1 there. 1 there. 1 there. And they will also be Reliance. They will need a lot of strutting. Actually, I want to do that slightly differently. Yeah, I need to do go asparagus. So let's go for pairing. So we'll go 1 there. I don't think we need 3 pairs on asparagus. I only think we need 2. Otherwise, we might have to bring Jakob back. I mean, otherwise we might be too heavy. Get some nose cones on those. Okay, so we need to strut them and we need to fuel line them. So, where's the fuel lines? There we go. 3 would be more efficient. 3 would be more efficient? You reckon? Are we really going for efficiency? No. We'll stick with what we got. So, we're gonna go in here, right the way down. I believe it's just started raining. In real life, not in KSP. Right, so we're going like that through the rocket, and that will make it. Come on. That'll do. Right. So, oops. So then we need to feed from here into this one. There we go. So it's gone right both sides. Yeah. Okay, so there's the asparagus set up. You should care, I'm going to fly. And struts. Struts and struts and struts and lots more struts. Right. So let's go. Let's strut to the main body. So from there to there. From there. Whoop. Open there. So there. Good. Right, and then from there to there. From there to there. So they're all strutted. We'll add. Shall we strut them? I don't think we really need to strut them any more than that, actually, do we? That will hold them in place because they're up here. They're strutted down there. What we will do is we will strut the top ones to these nose cones to stop them wobbling around. There we go. Okay. Harsh, Emil, harsh. Okay, so let's go for some R8s, and we will go down here, and we will put them on here, and here. There we go. So that should give us a bit of stability, hopefully. And that might actually be all we need. No, we need an aerial for communication. There we go. Otherwise, that would have been a bit messy. Where should we put it? Let's do what we did before. We'll put it up on the top of here. We only want one. There we go. One antenna. Let's see. Anything else that we need? I've not put any RCS in there. I don't think we really need it. I'm going to take the monoprop out, which you might think is ridiculous. Put wings on the stage after the boosters. Yeah. I mean, this stage here, by that stage we should be in space. This stage, I suppose we could put these wings down the bottom of here. Ooh, okay, that's not what I had in mind. Hold on. Did that wrong. So, you go back on there. You come with me. There we go. Right, 4 of those. Like so. There we go. Do you have a lander command pod? It would fit more nicely under the top command pod. No, I don't think I do. Oh, I've got a lander can. Yeah, okay, we could do it with the lander can. Okay. See, this is why you guys come along for the journey. Let's go like that. By the way, you should put your camera down so I can see your nose and your forehead. Oh, right, okay. Yeah, fair enough. There we go. Down a little bit. That better? So, actually, we can put some extra solar panels on here because we've got some flat sides that we can use. There we go. So we've got a few extra solar panels now. Excellent. Okay. Now, what are we going to call this? What did we call the last ones? Oh, the Mus. Yes, this was the Mus series. Okay, so because Jakob has been contributing so much, we're going to have this as the Jakob series. So this is the Jakob 1. To the moon. There we go. I'd like to see SpaceX launch a craft that looks like this. Okay, so let's make sure that Jakob is in there. So we're going to have as the pilot, we'll have Dallas as pilot, and we'll have Jakob in the lander can. Jakob 1, the exploding one. We shall see. We shall see. Have a little faith. And then bring a fire extinguisher. We need to include that coupler stack separator thing so that we can detach that at some point. I'm not too sure where we can attach it. We could like stick it there. Because we need to do it via staging, which is a pain, a real pain. I don't want to do it there because that will stop that from working. Jakob 1, the exploding one. Jakob 2, that exploded 2. Jakob 3, well, farewell to thee. Love it. Now rhyme it with 4. I don't know where we're going to put this thing to be able to test it, because I don't want it to pop off and explode. I'd like to just like attach it to the side, but you can't do that with couplers, unfortunately. We could stick one of these just like out the side somewhere and put it on that. I'm not sure how that will affect our flying. Yeah, look, we'll stick one either side. Here we go. So let's go coupling stack separator. Flip it on its side and attach it there. And then at some point we'll find a way to detach it. Do you have the mod that enables you to have your stages recovered? No. We are running unmodded, apart from the custom Kerbal, so that we can add the Kerbals in that we want. So let's get the staging right. So they all need to fire, and that needs to fire with them. Then the first one to come off is going to be this side. So that's... which one is that? That one there. Oops. So that's those two, followed by those two, probably followed by that one, so that's not too far off, then followed by that one, at which point that engine needs to fire, then followed by that one. Then got those 4 engines there, which will be our lander. Then they will detach. That will activate to take us off, and that activates, and then the parachute. Okay, so the one that's going to be tricky to get right is this one, stage 7 here. So we've got to look for a 200,000 to 210,000 suborbital, I believe. Was that what the contract was? Suborbital 200 to 210,000. So we need to be going for quite a high orbit. So we're actually going to use some of this fuel inefficiently, but we've got plenty. So let's save the Jakob 1. Let's take it out to the launch pad. And let's see if we can get this right first time, shall we? We will. Checking some of the notifications there. Okay, night flight. There is Dallas and Jakob. And we are going to put our SAS on. We're going to put our throttle to 100%, although actually we probably won't need it at 100%. But we'll do it anyway. Look at that, we're balanced on that one engine. Precarious. So Dallas and Jakob. Dallas our pilot, Jakob our scientist, are coming with us, and we are heading to the moon, hopefully. So we're going to go for quite a high launch so that we can get that 200 to 210,000. There's the Mus4 still in orbit. We might have to go back and get that at some point. Moon's over there, so actually we're in quite a good place for our moon launch. believe. We need to come to about here and fire over there, don't we? Yeah. So, I haven't done this for so long. So, let's see how we get on, shall we? SAS is on, throttle is at 100%. We are ready to launch in 3, 2, 1, go. All engines fired. Oof, this thing's heavy. Come on. Come on. Come on. So we definitely did need the 100%. This thing's too heavy. This thing's going nowhere. Come on. I'm going to have to go straight up for a while because this is going to take a while to build speed. We're at 100 meters a second, so we can technically start turning. We want to do it slowly though, because we are only going to be... We're going to be taking a high orbit, aren't we? One set of engines is about to go already. There they go. Let's detach those off and hope we're still accelerating. We are. That's good. Yeah, I think you were right with the whole third asparagus pair. Never mind. Yeah, actually, I think you're right. Take the third tank off and put that as the third asparagus pair. Oh well, never mind. We'll live and learn. Let's see how we can do with what we've got. We're at 260 meters per second, which is not very fast. Still got to take this turn very slowly. We are at 15,000 meters though. Where's our APO at this point? Oh, something just went bang. Oh, that was our engines that we detached. That's okay. That's okay. 25,000. I hope we haven't just destroyed the launch pad. That's a possibility. The second set of engines are almost ready to be detached. This is not the position I wanted to be in at this point. Although actually we haven't done too bad as far as the APO is concerned. Yeah, APO is getting up there to the 50s, so we're about to lose these engines. There they go. Now we need to bring our nose down to line us back up with our Perry. Let's bring this to some kind of an orbit. Let's hope we haven't used this fuel. No, we haven't. Good. We need to be on that 200 to 210 suborbital for that contract as well, don't we? Which at this stage doesn't look like it's actually going to happen. We are going to space today. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, we're about to lose this engine as well, so... Oops, they were in the wrong order. Okay, so we've messed up that contract. Never mind. We are in space. Space! 100 kilometers. So what was going to be our transfer stage has kind of become our circularization stage. So at this point, actually, we might as well nose down a bit more. Just make sure that we are getting into orbit. We are pushing the Apo away, which is fine. We're going to reduce our thrust a little bit. Dallas and Jakob looking very happy with their situation at the moment. Come on. Ah. Ooh, okay. So we're not even circular at this point. That's not good. Oh well. Let's fire those engines. We might be able to do a flyby of the moon. But I think we may have attempted this mission slightly too early. We're at 123. Okay, this is not an ideal situation. Okay, well, a very inefficient situation. At this point, we're going to be meeting up with the Mus 4. Well, we're in space. We're in orbit. We've got a fair bit of fuel left, so we're not in a terrible situation. Let's add our manoeuvre for a moon burn. Let's set the moon as our target. There we go. So we get an almost free return there if we burn there. In thrust we trust. Indeed. So yeah, if we burn there, we can do a moon flyby. At least a moon flyby, and see how we get on. So let's get ourselves lined up for where that burn will need to be, and that will also hopefully line our solar panels up so that we're continually recharging our power. What's the power situation? I don't think you guys can quite see the... I can go game only for a second so you can see that. That's our fuel and our electricity situation. So we need to speed things up and head round to our manoeuvre point. So, how long is our burn going to be? 44 seconds. So we need to be doing it at T-minus 22 seconds. Let's speed things up. And let's slow things down. Oof, yeah, we're very close to our burn point actually. There is the moon, that's where we're heading. So T-minus 22 is when we want to burn. Go. Yes, that is why I said I would try and get the camera in the other corner, but that didn't actually happen, I'm afraid. To be honest, I didn't think we were going to be playing KSP. Okay, burn timing was a little bit off, so we're going to have to watch this and eyeball it a little bit. Cut power, and then burn a little bit and cut power. There we go. Looking good. How much fuel we got? Oh, we might have enough. We might have enough. I don't think we've got enough for a landing. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. We certainly got enough for a flyby. So let's speed up time. And we will say goodbye to Kerbin for the first time in this series, I suppose you would say, in this playthrough, in this game. Goodbye, Kerbin. We are away. Flying away. Okay, speed things up. Landing doesn't imply you need to get back from it. This is correct. However, I would kind of like to bring Jakob and Dallas home. We have communication. This is good. We're about to switch to the moon's gravitational influence. There we go. Down to 1 times. So, we get an achievement for that. Where's our world's first? Hang on. Oh, hide that. World's first. Come on. Come here. There we go. Recent accomplishments of our space program have attracted contributions from numerous organisations, including Jakob. We have broken a speed record of 2,500 metres per second. We've initiated the first flyby of the moon. We have escaped the gravitational influence of Kerbin. Fantastic. Talk about close encounters. Any closer, and there'd be paperwork. So we got 128,008 science for the flyby, and that actually completed our contract. We didn't actually need to land on it. Well, I didn't realise that. It was just a flyby that we needed to do. So we have actually completed the contract that we came to do. In which case, while that's there, I'm going to head back to the tracking station. Not the tracking station. Why have I said the tracking station? Alright, yeah, I got it. Right. Oh, yeah, he's communicating with all of them. Yeah, nice. Come out of there. I want to go to mission control to see if we can pick up another contract for actually landing on the moon while we're already there. Explore the moon, here we go. So, orbit the moon. Return to Kerbin from orbit of the moon. So they don't want us to actually land on the moon. They want us to orbit and return from the moon. We can do that. Question is whether or not... Yeah, so we're not going to get credit for landing on the moon if we land on it without the mission. So we're going to have to do this in 2 stages. We're going to have to land another time. So we're going to have to fly by, orbit, and then come back again. Sorry, Jakob, you're not landing on the moon today. What you can do is some spacewalks on a flyby of the moon. There is the moon, somewhat larger than it was just now, and there is Kerbin, somewhat smaller. Because we can get some science from here, and we can send it back. So let's open this. Let's make sure our solar panels are lined up okay with the sun, which they are. And let's get in here, and we're going to do a temperature scan. Temperature scan while in space, high over the moon. That's the one about being able to only measure the temperature of the thermometer itself. 32 science if we can recover it. Keep experiment. And then Log pressure data. The instrument reads 0. It's as if we were in a vacuum. 48 science for that. That's good. Now this is where it gets interesting. Observe the mystery goo. 40 science for recovering that. Not a complete recovery. The goo seems to be less dense here. So we keep that experiment. We also need to do a crew report. You look at the surface of the moon and try to find a good landing space. The inside of the craters might be the best option. 20 science for that. Keep it. And then what we need to do is we'll get Jakob on an EVA. Oh, there we go. And Jakob will let go. Turn on his rocket pack. Rocket Man. And once he's found his bearings, he's going to hit his head on the service bay. There we go, and he is going to collect the data from the goo containment unit and then restore the goo containment unit so that we can use it again. The joys of bringing a scientist along with us. And while he's here, he can do an EVA report. You've recorded your observations about the situation. 32 science for that as well. Excellent. So let's close that. And then Jakob, you can come. Let's come like this. Oh. Grab. Excellent. And board. There we go. Science has been scienced. Signal is only at 45%. Now that's interesting. I've never noticed that before. So let's go for the map. Yeah, is that because of distance? We're only just within range by the looks of things. Interesting. So we do need to improve those bits. So now we are heading towards the moon. We need to go to orbit. That was in space high, wasn't it? So if we want more science, we'd have to go in space low for the orbit, but we will see. So let's get to the periapsis, and let's point retrograde. So where's the moon? Moon's there, so let's point ourselves retrograde, which is here, and then slowly burn. Maybe faster than that. Get ourselves into orbit around the moon, and we can complete that part of the contract. Let's get in as tight as we can. Let's get in nice and close. Let's get into like 10,000 or something like that, and then maybe we can grab some science on the way by. There we go. Nice close skim of the moon there. And then we should be able to head away pretty quickly as well. I'm back. What did I miss? You died. It's the second attempt. No, we are still on our first attempt. It's still our first attempt. We are going to do a flyby, and hopefully we are going to be able to collect a load of science. Doing so, we're going to collect all the science into our science container first of all, so that we know that we can definitely do that. Let's open that up again actually, because we're going to need to go by. We're going to need to, use those as we go by. That's the full sentence that I was trying to say. Why are we burning each other? I don't know. Why are you burning each other? Okay, speed time up. And once we get kind of close to the moon, let's Let's make sure. I think we're high enough to not hit the moon, aren't we? 9,700 should be enough. We're going to be close, but what would KSP be if we weren't close to crashing at any moment? Are we technically in space close to the moon? Crew report. Near the moon, we are. So we can take a crew report here. You look at the surface of the moon and try to find a good landing space. The inside of the craters might be the best. We've seen that one. Keep experiment. We need another EVA report. Let's use Dallas this time. EVA. And you can EVA there. Keep that. Reboard. And then let's get all this sciencey stuff in here again. So thermometer, log. Collected and recorded temperature data from the environment. Keep the experiments. Let's log the pressure. 72 science for in space near the moon. Keep the experiment and then observe the mystery goo again. The goo feels right at home here. 60 science if we can recover that experiment. Excellent. And then Jakob, your job again. Thank you very much. You can head over and reset that. So you can collect the data, remove the data, and restore the goo canister. And then come back. Grab. And board. Now I've just thought of something. This might actually be too heavy for the one parachute. We might be alright. We might be alright. Yeah, we didn't take any RCS, so once the backpack is out, we are out of RCS. I think that is the settings that we're using. We might not be actually, but you can collect all the data again. We are going to be very close to the surface of the moon as we go by. We are currently at 12,000. We're going to get to 9,798. That's going to be very close. We're not going to be in an ideal situation for burning away, actually, are we? We're just going to have. I think we're just going to have to burn the Apo out from where we are and then adjust for it later. Not efficient. This is not a mission for efficiency. Technically, we might even have enough to land, but we're not going to because that's not our mission on this occasion. So our SAS has turned off for some reason. So let's go round and get ready for a prograde burn. Once we get to the Perry, and then we will burn away and start heading home. Let's have a look at these contract thingies that we got. So we've entered an orbit of the moon, so we've got an award for that, and we've performed a spacewalk in orbit of the moon. We got an award for that, so we can trash that. That is completing the Explore the Moon. Mission control is debating the best way to get you back home. You packed a toothbrush, right? So we've made some money and some more science there. Be careful. Yeah. Actually, out of interest, can we see if we go? If I put Jakob on EVA again, but holding on, can we see his EVA fuel? No, it is refueling. It is refilling. Does that mean we did actually bring some EVA? We might have brought some EVA in that. Board. Yeah, we did. We did bring some EVA in there. Monoprop, there's 15. So we've used up that monoprop there. But there is monoprop in this container. It's a bit dark, isn't it? You can't actually really see what's going on. Let's see if I can tweak that. Because we have got gamma correction now, I believe. Have we not? Ambient light boost. Here we go. Whoa, that was a big boost. Let's go down a bit. Let's go to 30% ambient light boost. Or maybe a little bit less than that. 20%? There we go. Because it is dark. Resume flight. There we go. But at least now you can kind of see the craters of the moon. There we go. That's better. So, have we passed the Perry yet? Yeah, we've passed the Perry. So we're going to prograde burn. We're going to push the Apo out until we are leaving the influence of the moon. And then we'll correct so that we're actually returning back to Kerbin. Whoa, that is a big adjustment that we need to do. Right, scratch that, cancel that. Let's go back to retrograde. We're going to stay at the moon for a little while. Let's put ourselves back in orbit. There we go. Because that's going to take a lot of fuel to get us back. So we're not going to do that. We're going to try and find an optimal burn location, which is going to be when this section here is pointing backwards along this line, which is going to be quite a way away. So let's speed up time. You're going to be here a little while, I'm afraid, Jakob. Yeah, alright. Come on. Come on. You reckon we could have done it? Meh. I'd much rather try the efficient route. We can do it about here, I think. Yep, here we go. So, this time at the periapsis, which is where we are now, let's get ourselves round to a prograde situation. There we are, again, flying by the dark side of the moon. All of a sudden this mission is efficient. Well, no, it's not efficient. But we are a little bit low on fuel, so we have to be a bit efficient. There you go, that is somewhat better. Okay, now we can go and leave the moon. Here we go. See? Still not efficient, but better than it was. There we go. We're now back to orbiting the orbiting Kerbin, and we've got another milestone. We've escaped the gravitational influence of the moon for another 37,000 funds and 3 science, and now is the point at which we go retrograde, and we use the rest of our fuel getting home. Perry in to... Oh, where do we want to bring it into? I'm going to say about 40,000. Just under 40, so that we don't burn up. That's 58. Have we just run out of fuel? No, we've still got a little bit of fuel left. There we go. That'll do it, I think. Might take a couple of cycles, maybe. I don't know. Let's watch Kerbin get somewhat closer again. There we go. I'm going to go into an eclipse. The sun moved. What? How did the sun move? There we go. It's not the sun actually, is it? It's Kerbal. How did Kerbal move? Okay, so we're going to be coming in. Of course, we don't have an experienced pilot to hold us retrograde, so that's going to be a pain. Okay, so let's speed up time a bit more then, because that retrograde marker is going to move. And there we go. We are now within the atmosphere of Kerbin. Pointing retrograde. Hopefully we won't be burning up here. And now Apo will start coming in as the atmosphere slows us down. What we can do, oh there we go, the atmosphere is definitely slowing us down. We have to watch the stress levels and things like that. Hey there, Moss. Welcome, welcome. Emil clearly hasn't been watching the Discord chat either. Okay, so the Apo is coming in. I don't know if it's going to come in enough in one pass. We shall see. We are quite hot. Not too hot though. We're almost at Perry and that hasn't come in nearly enough. I think it's going to be... I don't know. It could be two. We could actually manage this in one. Where are we coming down anyway? Okay, we don't really want to come down here because we're miles away from the space centre, which is right the way around here somewhere. Where are we? Hold on. There's the space centre there. So we're basically the opposite side of the planet to where we want to be. We're now going back up again. So yes, it's going to take another pass, I think. So, speed things up. Put all experiments into the science container, ditch all unnecessary fuel and go with only the pods and the chute. Well, I'm thinking of using the fuel to help slow us down on the landing because I'm not sure that that chute's strong enough to take the weight of all of that. I don't think that can take the I don't think that will be able to take the impact, so I might use the fuel to slow us down. I mean, we'll take all that anyway. Oh, we already have. Yeah, we've already taken all of the science data in. Right, let's speed things up because we're in space. Let's go round for a second pass. Let's go round again. And there is the space centre. So, somewhat closer this time. We're going to say hello to it as we fly past on this occasion. I do think that we want to ditch these 4 outer tanks, but I'd rather do that once we're suborbital so that I don't leave the debris in orbit, in a weird orbit like this. Have some trust on it. Besides, you can ditch the 4 containers. You have full central fuel tank to slow down. Yeah. I will ditch the 4 central tanks, but once we are suborbital. So, let's hope that this will bring us in. We are burning again. There goes the space center. Bye bye, space center. At least it means we're going in nice and shallow, so we shouldn't have too much of an issue with stresses or heat. I'm still not going to be landing anywhere near the space center, unfortunately. 1.3 million meters. I would be mentally ill after being a week without a phone in space and Wi-Fi. I bet the in-flight control there. I bet in the flight control there are bets which of the Kerbals will survive. Oh, we're going to have to go around for another pass because we're going back up again. That's down to 37. Actually, that's not too bad either. So let's carry on increasing the old time warp. Come on. We're not in, oh, there we go. Now we're in space. Oh, we have to slow down and then we can go faster. There we go. So actually, we might be in a situation where we're landing quite close to the space center. Because now the space center is over there. So let's get ourselves lined up again. There we go. And hopefully in comes the apoapsis. I say third time's a charm, yeah. Someone just let off a firework. People always like to set off fireworks while I'm streaming. Okay, I think we're definitely coming in this time, so let's have a look at where we are. Yeah. Temperatures don't seem to be too much of an issue, which is good. Still not quite suborbital yet. We're definitely going to be landing on this occasion. If we can land near the space center, I will be amazed, but I don't think we're going to. I think we're going to probably land in this water here. Can you hear all those fireworks? I'm sure you can. Maybe, yeah, they're welcoming us home. That's what it is. It's like in Flight of the Navigator. They're trying to show us where to land. So there we go. We are definitely landing now because our orbit is within the atmosphere, completely within the atmosphere. So now it's just a case of how well we slow down and where we land. Where do we think we're going to land? Actually, it might be on this landmass. Right, so now we're suborbital. If I let go of those, are we just going to go bang? Let's find out. Nope. There we go. Off they go. It is quite loud actually, those fireworks. Yeah, we're going to land in the water here, I think. 32 kilometres up. I don't know, we could land on the land. We might. Not bad. Not bad. We're not going to land at the Space Centre. That would be really good, but we're not. It's going to be land. It's going to be land, but not the Space Centre, unfortunately. Unless I turn around and start burning in that direction. Let's activate that so that we can use that to slow us down if needed. At this rate, it's going to be in the mountains, which is going to be a real pain. In which case, we definitely are going to need those engines to help slow us down, I think. So that we can actually deploy the parachute before we hit the mountains. I don't know. No, I think we're going to be here somewhere. Okay. I think we're okay. We've now got communication with the Space Centre, which we will probably lose as we come down. Okay, let's move that so that we can deploy the parachute without detaching the engine. Wait for the parachute to say that it's going to be safe to deploy. And safe. There goes the parachute. Let's use the engine to slow us down a bit more as well. Parts landing somewhere. Let's close that. We're speeding up again, so we are too heavy for the parachute at this point. Let's find out what we managed to slow down to once it opens. Well, we survived. And everything that's important survived. The Kerbals and the science bay even survived. So actually what we can do is take some science from here. That was very, very close. Let's log the pressure data. Collect recordings of atmospheric pressure from the surroundings. So this is Kerbin's Highlands. Keep that experiment. Temperature, log the temperature. Temperature readings are quite literally nominal. 4.8, keep that. And we'll do a mystery goo from here as well. To give us another 6 science, you observe the goo. Keep that. We'll do a crew report from here. From Kerbin's Highlands. 3 science, keep that. And let's go for Jakob, you can get out. And touch ground, there we go. You can do an EVA report. I don't think a space was entirely necessary here for 4.8. And you can take a surface sample for 18 science. This is dirt and grass and some small rocks. You suspect this isn't going to be much of a groundbreaking discovery. Keep that. And let's get a photo of this landing, because this is quite literally a near miss, I think. I think we could classify it as a near miss. Let's hide that. In fact, how do we... I've forgotten the key presses now. Oh, temperature gauge is disabled. I've forgotten how we hide the UI. Oh. Is it F8? No. I've forgotten how we hide the UI. Hold on, let's find out. Settings, can I find it out in here? No. Okay. I can't remember. Oh well. You want me to plant a flag? Okie dokie, let's plant a flag. Actually, technically, we should get Dallas out as well for a photo, shouldn't we? Oh, the flag's the wrong way. Cancel. You can take that down. Come this way. Plant a flag here. There we go. So we're going to call this Jakob's Landing. Oops. Jajobs. Jakob's Landing. Our first flyby of the moon landed here at very high velocity. Jakob and Dallas survived the ordeal with all but clean underwear. Okay, there we go. So let's those key presses don't work on a Spanish keyboard. That's interesting. How do I switch? That captures my mouse. That also captures my mouse. Ah, there we go, found it. Okay, so the key presses are slightly different because I'm using a Spanish keyboard. So Dallas, you jump out as well. Oh, actually moving the craft in the process. And I'll take another one of those. Where is the... No, it's definitely not that. I need to move that key press as well, don't I? Oh, that was quick save. Hang on. F2, there it is. Right. Why is that suddenly not taking a screenshot? Oh. There we go. Right. Okay. And Dallas, you get back in. Thank you very much. Thank you for your service. Board. And then that key press is the one that takes us back to Jakob. No, it doesn't. That takes us back to Jakob. And can you jump and grab? Oh, no. GG. Grab. There we go. Board. Okay, everyone's back on board. We've planted our flag. Let's recover the vessel. Now back home, and we can see the results of our actually quite successful mission to the moon. Moon flyby. So we have 638 science and 1.3 million funds and a good reputation despite the rocky landing. So loads and loads of science collected on that journey. The parts, we only recovered 7,300 in parts, but there you go. Crew, so Dallas and Jakob both advanced to level 1. So they both got their 1 star. I think that means that Jakob gets slightly more science. Something like that. Let's have a look. What's the astronaut complex say? If we look at Jakob, scientists can boost the value of data from science experiments. Vessel science return 105%, part science return 105%, reset experiments, run experiments from EVA, G-force tolerance increases to 1.1% or 1.1 times, G-force endurance 1.28 times, so it can sustain 5.8 Gs. So an extra 0.1 of a G, and an extra 5% on all the science, and an extra 0.1 G-force tolerance. Okay, fair enough. Dallas is a pilot, so that means that he gets full vessel control. No, that means he gets the prograde and retrograde hold. There we go. I don't get how the Kerbals can jump so high on Kerbin as the suit weighs about 100 kilograms. Now what you have to bear in mind is when you compare Kerbin to Earth, Kerbin is a considerably smaller planet by about 10 times. So the pull of gravity would be less, and Kerbals are quite small, relatively speaking. So they would be able to jump higher, even in a spacesuit. So there you go. That's science for you. So let's go and unlock some science, unlock some research. Why is this not moving? There we go. Right. So what do we want to unlock? We've got advanced electrics, which is the fold-out solar panels. Miniaturization is that, which we're supposed to have a mission on, which we still haven't done. Precision engineering gives us better antennas, which actually we probably might need looking at what we just had. Space exploration gives us the hitchhikers thingy, and a thingy. Command modules gives us the 3-person command pod. What we do need to unlock is the bigger engines, isn't it? So we've got the Poodle and the Skipper. I'm going to unlock those straight away. We definitely need those. We could probably do with unlocking the twin bore and the mainsail as well, but that will cost 160. Move the camera, it's in the way. Alright, I'll tell you what, let's go game only for a second while we're looking at this. There we go. So we could probably do with unlocking the mainsail and the twin bore, because they are big engines. However, they're expensive. These are the little engines, which are very efficient, which are good for probes and satellites and things. That would be quite useful. See, this is the protective shell, would be quite useful as well. That's the fairings. Decouplers, yeah. So decouplers and stuff we're going to need. Aerodynamics can wait, because that's for your space planes and things. We're not too worried about those at the moment. Space exploration, not too fussed about. Miniaturization, that's the little size adapter, isn't it? And the Junior Clampetron, not too bothered about the Junior. Actuators, that's the grabbing unit. We could probably do with unlocking that, because that would help us recover that vessel that's stuck in space. That's the larger fairing, which we can probably manage without at the moment. I don't know. And that's the actual docking port. If we're going to look at like a space station or something like that, we need docking ports. We've got 458, so we can unlock 2. We can survive without the mainsail at the moment because we've got the Skipper. We've now got the kickback as well. So that's got all the RCS tanks in it. What about plane stuff? We're going to hold off on plane stuff for the moment, although that is a good way of getting some science from around the planet. But we're going to leave that, I think, until we actually get stuck and need to pick up that science. I don't think any of these are particularly important. That gets us some science, the avionics hub, but that's more for planes. Command modules. I mean, we could do with the lander can. The micronode. Batteries, the solar panels. There's a lot of stuff we want to unlock. I'm trying to think what's going to be the most important. See, that's quite important as well. We'll see what we've got left if we can unlock that. I think what we want is... This gives us docking ports, which could be important. So I'm going to take the docking ports. We've got 298 left, so it's not going to be that one. Not going to be that one. So it could be the command pods. The antenna. Oh yeah, the antenna. We could get around the antenna problem with some satellites, some relays. These are good for those relays. I think I want the extending solar panels. Let's go for the extending solar panels, and that leaves us with 138, so we can unlock. It doesn't actually unlock any extra science stuff, does it? Nor does that. Where's the next lot of science stuff? Fuel cell, no. There, electronics. So that will cost us 300. So we can do without that. So let's go for liquid fuel engine, and we will research that because that's the small one that we can use on probes and things like that. So that's all our science spent. Now, do we want to upgrade anything before we carry on? What's our limits on here? We're at level 2 there, so we don't need to upgrade that. The tracking station, that will let us start tracking. That increases the power of the communication network, so that would be a good one to do. That's 200,000, 280,000. Mission control, we can have 7 contracts. That's not worth it. So spaceplane hangar, we can upgrade later, I think. Astronaut complex, that doesn't really give us much. Administration building, we might as well upgrade that, even though we're not going to use it at the moment. Those strategies might come in useful later when we need science. And all we're getting is funds. So I'm going to unlock that. R&D, obviously, you know, we definitely need to upgrade that at some point, but that can wait. VAB's at level 2. Action groups, yeah, action groups could be important. Let's go for action groups. So we'll upgrade that. Mission control we don't need. Tracking station. Let's go for the tracking station. So that leaves us with 570,000 funds. Let's do the runway as well. At least up one. We might as well do that as well. There we go. So the spaceplane hangar has been upgraded. The VAB, the communications, the tracking station. We've upgraded the administration building and the runway, all based on that one mission to the moon. So that has actually done very, very well. They're going to now be offering us, here we go, explore the moon, land on, plant a flag, return to Kerbin. So that will have to be the next mission, I think. Certainly our next main mission. Any easy stuff we can do here. Rescue from orbit, conduct atmospheric surveys. Above. So that would be one for probably a probe in orbit, maybe. Rescue from orbit. Haul Rovemax Model S2 into an escape trajectory out of the moon. Well, that's quite a bizarre thing to ask us to do. Ferry 3 tourists safely to their destination. Suborbital orbit around Kerbin, orbit around the moon. Fly by the moon. So they actually want to go to the moon and back. That's a lot of funds. We could save that and then transfer 60% of those funds into science. Later down the road. Something like that. Conduct temperature surveys of Kerbin. Above. So again, something a probe could do. Rescue from orbit. Position a satellite. Position a satellite in a specific orbit. Oh, that's a strange orbit. Build a new unmanned probe. Reach the have materials bay on the satellite and maintain stability. Materials bay. Hauling that on a satellite into orbit. We could do that. We could manage that. And that's 8 science and some money. But it means that we've got an orbit, a satellite in orbit that we can use as a relay station. Conduct temperature surveys of Kerwin. Again. They're all below though, so that's ones you'd have to do with a plane or actually land. Observational surveys, EVA reports, surface sample. Meh. I mean, there's not going to be a time limit on that, so we'll take that. These have all got quite long durations apart from that one. Where are the expiries? Hold on. Ferry 3 tourists. That expires in 3 days, but we've got 10 years to do it. Gives us 50 XP, but all that money. That one's got a below in it. I didn't see that before, so ignore that one. Do the surface stuff and build a plane. We can do some of the surface stuff. So this one, Alpha Site, Beta Site, Gamma Site, near Nerd's Dream. Head there and take a few reports. Some good science actually on offer there, and some decent fun. 60,000 advance as well. Yeah, let's have a look at that. I mean, we didn't unlock all the plane parts, but we can certainly see what we can come up with the parts that we've got. So let's find out where Nerd's Dream is, even though I've just accepted it anyway. Where are we? Oh, is that? It's really close. It's like really close. Okay, we can do that. Oh, I didn't look at these. Yay, lots of stuff. Go away, go away, go away. Oh, my webcam's not on. Of course it's not. There we go. Hello. I'm back. Yeah, that's really close. So we can definitely do that with a plane. So let's go for... Oh, let's get rid of the water. Thank you very much. Right, into the space plane hangar. Let's see what we can build with what we've got. Unlock the Mark 1 cockpit. And not going to need a lot of fuel. So let's go for something like... Let's go for something really basic that should be really easy to control. Like that. And we'll go with twin winglets for the tail. Like that. Which will give us a lot of control. We'll go for... What wheels have we got? Small landing gear. Which has brakes on it. Which is always a good thing. There we go. And rear ones I think will be the steerable rear ones, but with the steering disabled. Steering enabled, good. Brakes, we need... We'll have some... actually, no, we don't need particularly any good brakes. What we need is wings. So let's go for aerodynamics, and we'll go for... what wings do we want? I mean, could we just get away with just some standard swept wings? I don't know if we'll actually just get away with something like that. Let's have a centre of mass and all that lot up. Ooh. So we need to bring that centre of lift really a long way forward. Right, okay, so swept wings not the way to go in this case. Oh, mind you, we haven't actually put any engines on yet, have we? No, I don't think that's the way to go anyway. I think we're going to be looking at maybe the wing connectors like this. Oh, another donation from Jakub. Call this a Nerds Plane 1. Fair enough. Your wish is my sponsored command. That looks really ugly. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. I want this. Switch to rotate. I wonder if I could put the wheels on that. Maybe. So let's go. Fuel tanks. Now we want the Mark 0 liquid tanks. And we'll go for underwing engines. Let's hide those for the moment. And then engines, so we want the Juno. And then we want aerodynamics, and we want the small circular intake. And we need some rear wheels for stability. How about, let's try ground steerable landing gear. Not that we actually want them steerable, but let's put some. No, not quite right. Something like that. Where's the centre of mass? Centre of mass is there. Centre of lift is just behind it, which is perfect. Centre of thrust is below the centre of mass. Which will push us up, wouldn't it? Let's tweak these. We'll clip them slightly to move that up. But not to an unrealistic degree. And we could rotate them slightly. Not like that. Let's undo that. This way. Actually, we want the centre of thrust to be pushing through the centre of gravity, don't we? Which would have to be like that. That's not ideal, so let's not do that. Let's bring those back up again and just see how it flies. Like that. We could move the wings up a little bit and in a little bit so that they look right. I want to move those wheels back a little bit ideally, I think. There we go. probably need to rotate that way a little bit. This is going to hit the floor, isn't it? No. Okay, so we need to... because that's going to be a massive angle on that. Right, so let's cancel those wheels. Let's go for these ones. But we'll just attach them like really high up or something. Air brakes we don't have access to yet. That's a little bit better. Lights, this has got a light on it, so we're okay there. But yeah, we do need... we've got... this will handle roll. In fact, that will handle most stuff, to be honest, but we'll stick some extra... where are we? Elevons on. Come on. So they're just a tad wonky. Whoa, that's not what we're trying to do. There we go. And they can act as roll, not yaw. Pitch, and these are not roll, so they can be pitch and yaw, and these are pitch and roll. There we go. And if we deploy them, go down, that would be right for landing, wouldn't it? So we can use them for deployment. Okay. Shall we have an emergency parachute just in case? Parachute. Emergency parachute. And we need an aerial for communication. Cool. There we go. So, a very basic scaroplane. I mean, we might as well take some science stuff with us, I suppose. Let's take a thermometer and a barometer. And that'll do. We'll take a couple of solar panels. There we go, that'll keep the battery that's in there charged. We don't really need any extra batteries. Okay, so this is going to be Nerds Plane 1. Nerds Plane, I'll call it the Mark 1. We're off to the Nerds place. There we go. So, who's piloting this one? We need a pilot. William, you can be our airplane pilot. Why not? Save. And let's see if we can lose William. Launch. I mean, make William a hero. I just realised we've only got retractable gear on the front. We haven't got any retractable gear on the back. Never mind. Okay, so SAS is on. Throttle is going to 100%. Let's go to the map and activate navigation. No, let's go for. Can I get Alpha? There we go. Alpha, site Alpha, which is behind us. Just killed 40 mosquitoes. Okay. SAS is on. Throttle's at 100%. Let's see if this thing will actually take off, shall we? Oh, it won't if I deploy the parachute. So we're going to have to cut the parachute and scratch that idea. Well, it took off. That's a good start. Actually, it took off very fast. Let's slow the throttle down. Whoa, that was the wrong key. Actually, this thing flies very well. Well, see, I can take the gear up, but it only does that. So we've still got two wheels out, so it's not really worth it, to be quite honest. Not for the difference it makes. Maybe the Mark II can have retractable gear front and rear. Alright. Let's slow down, because actually we're not that far away. 95 kilometres. Okay, maybe we are. It's quite an ugly looking Learjet, isn't it? Seems legit with the gears. We do need to slow down though, because we don't actually want to be too high. Oh, that's Jacob's Landing. We're actually going the wrong way, are we? Oh yeah, we're miles away. Right. Okay, I'm flying to the wrong place. So let's actually go where we're supposed to be going. Ooh. Well, it's agile. Let's turn very sharply, because we can. And actually, this is where we're supposed to be heading. Woo, that rolls very easily. If I turn roll off on those... Oh, that's much more controllable, actually. Much slower, but much more controllable. Whoa, that was not controllable. Okay, let's turn that back on for roll, maybe. Yeah, we need that for when we yaw. Okay. Fair enough. Gear of a biplane, wings of a lightweight plane, engine and tail of a jet. Yep. Seems legit. Actually, it's a little bit tricky to control. I think we are kind of over where we need to be, so we need to actually land. We probably could have walked it. Circle round. Dive, dive, dive. Now entering Nerd's Dream Alpha. We're going to miss it. Now entering Nerd's Dream Beta. Now entering Nerd's Dream Gamma. Now leaving Nerd's Dream Beta. Yeah, okay, so we need to turn around. Killing our speed at the same time, which is good. Oh! Okay. That was a slightly rocky landing. I can still hear the engine. Oh yeah, there's one of the engines still going. And the wheel still going, which is interesting. But we are actually in one of the locations. So let's EVA. Hatches are obstructed. Okay, let's lay down then. EVA. There we go. Oh, that was a bit jittery. Right, so we're going to do EVA report. Keep experiment. And take a surface sample. Keep experiment. So we actually completed both of those in one go. Can we store those experiments in there? We can. Walking is for noobs. So now we can just walk kind of over here, or run over here until we reach Alpha and do the same thing, and that's that mission done. Probably have to send a taxi to go and pick poor William up, but at least we haven't got to send a rescue mission, because he's not actually very far away from the Space Center. Come on, where's Alpha? Come on, it must be like right here. Okay, time to speed up time. Really? We were that far away? Wow, okay. Didn't feel like we were that far away. Felt like we only flew a little way past it. Aha! We are now entering Nerd's Dream Alpha. Right, so we can take a surface sample. You took a sample of the soil. It's very muddy and sandy. There might be a body of water nearby. Keep the experiment, and we take an EVA report from here. I don't think spacesuit was entirely necessary. I think you're quite right. Keep that. And there we go. We have completed this. So we get that reward, that reward, that reward, and the main reward. Fantastic. Job done. So let's recover him, Mr. William. Don't believe he'll get any like XP for that. Oh, 1 XP he got. Fair enough. No problem. We got 90 science from him. And we need to recover the debris, which also has... Oh no, 95 science is what we've got in total, sorry. But that also had some science in it as well. And we recovered some of the funds, 2,000. So we've got 843,000 funds and 95 science. The only things we can get for 90 science... Come on, move. There we go. Are these ones. That one's not really important. That one's not really important. So we may as well unlock the aerodynamics, which gives us the rest of the plane parts that that we haven't used. So there we go. Fair enough. Job done. Job done. So active contracts. We've got the Explore the Moon, and we're still going to take that separator into a suborbital trajectory. We can do all those. We can do both of those in one mission, hopefully. We'll need a bigger craft if we're actually going to go and land on the moon, because the one that we used was not sufficient. But we can have a look at that. But we're going to have a look at that next time we come to KSP, because I am going to call the stream to a close. We've had 2 very successful missions, despite certain explosions and things. They were actually very successful missions. So I hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you for watching. And if you have enjoyed watching, then please don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already. Feel free to offer us some financial support if you can, which you could do over at ellitopia.com/support or over at patreon.com/ellitopia. And as a thank you, we will try and include you in our videos or one of our video series. And don't forget to join us next time. So thank you for watching, guys. I've been El Bristow. You've been watching Ellitopia Gaming. This has been KSP Live. Don't forget to support the indies. And I'll see you next time. See you later, guys.